All right. All right. We're back. What's going on? Hey, Juan John. It's me. We're chilling. I'm being myself. And we're loving life. How are you, Juan John? If you want, we can hop on a chat together. I'm over in Lore Masters. It's easier than typing to you. Or talk. I guess it's. I prefer it more than talking at you. Let's see. We had last left off finishing up the, I guess, the groundworks for the Thieves Brotherhood. We have several heads of the organization. We have several fronts for the organization. We have theorized the location of the Thieves Brotherhood. We're going to call it the Thieves Quarter. And that would essentially be number 82, number 84. These three greenhouses above it. 79, 80, and 81, and 83. So 79 to 85, essentially. They own this whole quarter here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 7 buildings. Oh, now, I guess the last thing I was theorizing was where I want their main location to actually be. I like the idea of keeping 109 empty. Yeah. Keeping 109 empty. It very much gives like stakeout vibes. You know, like perhaps the party finds out that this is the Thieves' Quarter. And they want to try and get some more information on it, get an inside man, maybe. They could consider renting or purchasing the Lot 109 building. And then, of course, they'd be able to stake out right across. So I don't want to make that the Thieves' Brotherhood. I want to leave that open because I love that. I love that vibe that it gives. I was thinking in the Yarth Storage because Stowage. Yarth Stowage is like a 4 or 5 story storage tenement. Essentially, the dude rents out spaces for you to store things. As like large flats where you could store bulk stuff. It has like safes and stuff. So it's like a private bank almost. But they would operate outside the realms of bank law and stuff like that. They're a straight business. They're a private business. I'm good, Juan. Hi, what's up? I didn't know you had AFK'd. What's going on? I'm very good. I had a fabulous Christmas holiday with the family. Got to spend lots of time with the kiddo. I got some really cool gifts from my wife and family. I'll do show and tell. Let's see. Ooh, first and foremost, I have a new set of dice, which my brother, the young dungeon master, got me. And they're just some cat dice. Yeah, please do. So some cat dice. They all have little cats as their max number. They're all doing different poses. So like one cat's pouncing, the other cat's playing. This one's lounging, you see. So very cool on the dice. And then to go with the dice, my mom and my dad had gotten me this. Which, if you see, says timeout. It's a little chair. So when my dice are being bads, I can give them a little dunce cap. See that? How cute? It's like a little dice timeout. It's mad funny. Looks like we had another one hop in the channel there. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, straight up timeout. And then honestly, I was like, yo, like I bet they already exist, but somebody should 3D print a literal jail cell, just like a singular jail cell, like chain on it and a lock pad, and you just like drop your die in the top and say you're in dice jail. I'd also be down. Let's see. I'm missing my my D20 that I bought from Little Wolf shops here on Lore Masters Guild. But these are a few Tumblr D4s that she made for me. These ones are custom. And then she had a really nice custom, she didn't make it for me, but it was just like a purple witches type D20, and my child lost it. And it's my favorite D20 ever. And it's lost. So it'll turn up eventually. But now I have a new set. So very happy. And then this was a gift last year. This is, where is this from? Papa Badger, handcrafted. So my wife got me this last Christmas. Or for my birthday, one or the other. This is a very simple wooden book. It's the shape of a book. But it's like a little dice catch and roller. I really like this because it's makes it really easy to pop and store your dice. And then there it is. Yeah, over here. I was using a dice bag. Oh, the knee pops. I was using a dice bag. Very fun dice bag here, but I mean the wifo got me a nice container, so I'm not gonna not use it. I very much like both though. It's super nice, right? I really love what I love about it the most is not only the rainbow flare, just so like that little bit of representation, but like each die has a different color to it, and it's just like it's just so vibrant. It's like got this like neon retro feel to it. I really love this bag. She's on our channel. It's Little Wolf. She does. Oh, I don't have her logo on me right now because I don't have her D20. Damn it. But yeah, she's one of our custom artisans on the channel there over at the Lore Masters. She's been there since like the beginning. She's been for a while. Let's see. So. We can keep just doing random stuff. I can go back to the Thieves Brotherhood. I don't know. What do you think, Juan? So we have like the Thieves' Quarter. I was thinking all these buildings are bordering each other, abutting each other. So I was thinking possibly they have like back doors, and all these back doors led to 83, which kind of sits in the middle as Yarth Stowage, the big large storing building. But could also maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's two-folded. Maybe there are secret tunnels that lead to Yarth Stowage. If need be, they are used. But in general, just the entrance to the Thieves' Brotherhood is just in Yarth Stowage. So Yarth Stowage isn't the Thieves' Brotherhood. Like, that's not where all their guild meetings are and yada yada yada. But it is where everybody goes to get in there. Why? Why do I bring this up? Because I know something. I know that Yarth Stowage already has some like lore scripted that defines its premises under the protection of wards that prevent the unwarranted opening and closing of locks and doors, essentially like a privacy ward, similar to something used in a bank, right? And this one's for good or bad, right? So it doesn't matter if it's your, the good person trying to help the town, like that lock's not opening unless you have the key. It's that simple. And this would bypass spells like knock. So essentially you can consider it like an arcane lock that can't be targeted. It's a ward on the whole building. So you could dispel it. There'd be ways you could prevent it. You'd have to like dispel the entire building or something. Like, it would be a lot of magic. But with that being said, it's a great place to put a door to a place you don't want people get into unless they're supposed to. So even if you're the bad guys, you're not opening the Thieves' Brotherhood door unless you're supposed to. And even if you're the good guys, you're not opening the Thieves' Brotherhood door unless you're supposed to. So I think that's a really cool place to be like, oh, and like, Yarth Stowage could be frequented by a lot of people in the city. It's a low interest, like fast banking system almost. Adventurers who came with amulets and large like reliquaries that they found in tombs and dungeons around Daggerford. They would store that here until they found an appraiser and someone to purchase it, right? The people of affluence would use this place to store things, maybe store things that they don't want certain people to know about, right? So it's very much going to be a busy establishment. And I think the Tailors Federation and Orib's Clothing Emporium could possibly, well, I guess a lot of them, all 5 of the buildings that surround it proper would necessarily, we would use the secret doors, say, in the middle of the night. So when you're entering the Thieves' Brotherhood, you'd go through a abutting building, through a secret tunnel, into the back door, in secretly. So there's no extra heat, per se, maybe added to Yarth Stowage. And then during the day, during business hours, people would just go through our Yarth Stowage, like they were a customer or what have you. And I think that's good because, again, I want there to be like clues and stuff. I want it to be like not wide out in the open, like make them work for it a little bit, but also have like a leading clue where it's like, oh, like if you were to case this place at 109, like I was saying before, one of the things I would notate is like, oh, like if you were watching this place, you would notice that this specific person that you watch go in at 9 a.m. hasn't come out for like 7 hours. And then when you go inside Yarth Stowage and start asking around, like you don't find any clues of them actually being employed there or something, right? So there could be some openings like that for you to figure things out. I think I like that. The Tailors Federation. We gotta figure out what the Tailors Federation does. We know it's a place that exists in the fandom. Oh my god, I just kicked my phone off the desk. I just straight up kicked it. I just said boom. Bang. Oh my god, everything's falling over. I'm blowing up. Okay, the Tailors Federation was a guild hall for traders in the city of Daggerford in the Western Heartlands. I guess I kind of like this too. It makes sense. But the three-story building, it was in a general state of disrepair, as the guild didn't have the funds to restore it. But that's just what they want you to think, because this is a front for the Thieves Brotherhood. So let's see. Well, picking locks, detecting and disarming traps. Okay, so Bowl is going to be running the Scribe's Friendship. Bowl. Yarth's run by Yarth, Aura's run by Aurav, so Tailor's Fed is going to be run by Ines. I love that name, Ines. I think they need last names, though. Da da dum 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 dum. Oh, nice to do a main me. So yeah, I mean, you can use some last names on these peeps. Do that now. We can do that really quick, I guess. The last names don't need to be that important. I just want to check Esmer Flickerfall. Yeah, works for the Moneylenders Coalition. Let's get Yarth up here. Gnome businessman. Can manage a series of vaults, the safest place to store items in all of the North. His vault were also protected by a ward that stopped evil actions, even those made for good reasons. It's a very neutral, lawful neutral even. Love that. Another thief. Love that. And it's like, it's really funny because everybody in the Thieves' Quarter is a thief. or a rogue in some fashion, right? Gnome. Old. Earth ran the safest storehouse in the north. We'll just copy paste this here. His vaults are also protected. Yada yada. What's Yarth gonna look like? Gnome rogue. Is everybody at the hospital a doctor? How do you mean? Is that like a leading question or like a literal question? No would be the answer. Affirmatively, like no. There's janitors, there's cooks, there's secretaries, there's all sorts. There's salespeople, there's all sorts of different... Ooh, I love this. That's a very thieves gnomish. It wasn't the... It was at the thief comment. Well, I mean, it's just like... They're the Thieves Brotherhood. There should be a good amount of thieves. Okay, so... I like this gnome. We're gonna do a write-up about this gnome, so... Clean... Crisp. Oh, what's this person? Proud. Cunning. Proud, wise, and cunning. Always trying to like make a deal, but knows their shit and is very, very proud of what they do. And let's see. Short, white, that's too much. Just type with your left hand, you goober. Short, white hair. Sat neatly underneath a bright red cap. His beard, medium in length. Medium in length, maintained. What's that guy wearing? That was more adventure-y stuff, but I don't see this guy. That's not really too adventure-y. Wore... better word for wearing, adorned. No, it's like for like jewelry and stuff that's special. Donned black robes with gold and leather fixings, as well as a bright red scarf to match. Old Yarthy boy. Doubled as the secret entrance to the Thieves Brotherhood. Inside one of his vaults. And I love that because it's going to make it damn hard for the players to get in there. And not only damn hard, but like literally like it almost gives me an out to like any low-level shenaniganery because like they have to roleplay to get through this door. They need the key or someone to open it for them. So like there's no way that they could just power level through this door to solve the Thieves Brotherhood if they so choose they want to. Like they have to go through the steps and the channels. Let's see. That's all fine and dandy. We can really write anything we want for Ines. I guess Ines is a really cool concept for a character. They excel at picking locks and detecting and disarming traps. So they're very good with their hands and they're very like aware. But like everything else they're clumsy. So like I kind of like envision this like really clumsy girl who lets on that she's just a simple tailor. She likes to sew and knit, and she's always dropping stuff in her shop. And she's going to be the front of the Tailors Federation. So the Tailors Federation, again, is like a dilapidated, rundown building, an unsuccessful business, ran by Ines, like a very clumsy girl who's like always dropping her goods and products and like will make something very nice for somebody and then like, you know, oops. But it's kind of just a show, and in reality, like, she's one of the head leaders of the Thieves Brotherhood, and she is extremely good at picking locks and, like I said, doing things with her hands. However, she still isn't like the most dexterous of the rogues, you know. So I see her as like an older person. They are human, so I guess I don't want to make them too old. Gotta be careful with them humans. They got short life. I love forced roleplay. It's not forced, it's coerced. I need to heat my coffee up. Yeah. How you doing, Juan? We're back at it. Boo! Brr. So, au revoir, just a little right up here. A businessman of a half-elf. Look at that. They're a thief. How curious. You know, like sometimes the story just writes itself, Wanjan. Oh, nice. Dude, did I see correctly that the new set for MTG is Fallout? Was that? Pretending to work and procrastinating on self-care. Well, you don't need to you don't need to personally attack me, but there is a Fallout set coming. That's kind of crazy to me. You know, like it doesn't like the Dungeons and Dragons like definitely makes like a lot of their workings really make sense sometimes. Fallout's a little out there, right? That's a little different. So Orev imported fine fabrics from all across Faerun. Shop was located near the Daggerford Inn in Daggerford's cavern quarters. So I love this. So like the thieves, what we see here is, hey there, we got a new person in the chat there. I'm first time pronouncing the name here, so Dre Noel. Dra Noel or Dre Noel? Yeah, we are working on Daggerford. I'm just kind of rummaging through what I want to set up for the Thieves Brotherhood. And let's see, I was just telling Juan, sometimes the story writes itself. So like I'm doing a lot of work with D&D fandom and their the wiki page. So I use a lot of actual DND5e lore. And as you kind of like wade through the lore, I'm finding that so Daggerford has a lot of campaign work in it and module stuff that starts in it. There isn't anything that's like specifically of Daggerford since like way back when. So I'll show you the appendix that I'm working off is here, and essentially this is an old campaign that existed back like in the 90s. And as far as like D&D lore goes, everything that's been written in Daggerford, Dra Noel, is kind of ceases at like 1485 DR. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm writing a story in 1500 DR. You know, right after all that content kind of stops and they just give up on it, I'm just like, oh, what happens next? It was kind of my idea or concept for this campaign. I've done it before with some some lore. I did it over in Karatur, in the Roaring Desert. It was my last campaign. It was where I first kind of started this DM style, like finding a void in Wizards of the Coast content and making my own story inside it. But essentially, so like what I'm saying was, the point that I was on is I was just looking here at Orev. This is the Forgotten Realms fandom wiki, which, you know, if you like D&D lore, just go dig in on this page. Like, you'll find so much fun stuff to read. But I was just kind of geeking out over the fact that this person right here is also a thief, level 7. And I was telling Juan that the Thieves' Corner that I've kind of picked, call it the Thieves' Quarter, if you will, consists of this building, which is that Orev's tailor, the thief, Yarth Stowage, a storage building, who's ran by Yarth, a thief. These 3 buildings right here are houses to the names of Esmer, Ines, and Bull, which if you look those up on Forgotten Realms as well, they're all also thieves. So I'm like, oh my god, I have literally like a corner of Daggerford that just has an astronomical amount of thieves that live there and work there. So like, it just sounds like that's where the Thieves Brotherhood is to me. Uh, it just like, so yeah. This is what we're working on. Sometimes the story writes itself. 1400 is so DR. I don't know what the DR stands for, but it's like the DND5e DC, right? So like we're like 2023 DC, and then there's the BC before, right? So DR is I think I think it stands for After Spell Plague, but I don't know the actual what the DR is like the acronym for. But I'm assuming like year one was post Spell Plague, because that's kind of when everything. That's like when the wheel turns for society, kind of in D&D lore. So I'm not 100% on that, but like 90%. So yeah, so like what you see here is my Google Sheets page. I'm like almost halfway through, just writing some backstories and kind of giving names to all these people. And you'll find that these are actual people that exist or existed in Daggerford. And I guess I could just do like a little quick scroll through here to show you, to catch you up. Of course, you can check out my past streams. My YouTube's up top. I put all my VODs up there. So if you miss anything, please go check it out. But so like this person, Nobrin, Arkiloquay, I just rolled them as it locks it on, so they already have long life. But Beargon is somebody who is like a fairly old person that's from the before Daggerford. Let's see. Delphin is a wizard from the before Daggerford. And there's one more. I don't think I marked them green yet. Oh yeah, Curran Corvalin. So quite literally, like the Curran Corvalin and Delphin and Baragon Bluesword are like prominent, powerful figures from back in the day that are like the forces fighting against evil. So in the campaigns that existed out of Daggerford kind of were formulated through them. So like quite literally, Curran was contracted by Delphin to bring a party of adventurers to the Red Wizards of Thay, their hideout, and kind of go through, the Doom Vault? So that is a campaign that exists. I forget the name of the campaign right now. You could very easily find it through your references here on Wiki. But yeah, so like a lot of these people that I'm using have already existed in lore and are important or have personalities on them, and then everybody else that doesn't, kind of like the NPCs. I'm just giving like a basic, backstory, or giving them a name and a personality, where they're from, and a story. Nothing long, just like a couple paragraphs. Sort of the equivalent with the historian times, because then you should have a joust tournament in the city. I mean, it's not outlandish. I think 1500 would be a little bit later in times. So you have to remember, I think this is the best way to look at it, is we have firearms in 5e D&D. So the best way to look at our time period would be a magical fantasy late medieval time period where there's castles, lords, and allegiances and stuff. We've been warring and waging with each other, for a decent while. It's starting to kind of get out of place. More order is starting to kind of find itself on the coast, and technology would start to be increased. We have artificers who can make really cool, like battle mechs and stuff, battlesmiths, etc. So like that would work its way into industry, that would work its way into society. So we're like on the precipice of a cultural or industrial change, if you will. Yeah, like around that time, you know, like when guns were starting to like, so like the existence of guns didn't kind of evaporate. This is real history, our history, I should say. The existence of guns didn't evaporate castles and lords and stuff like that for a decent while. Steel, swords, and armor like still existed in battle for a while with guns. They were pretty layman's. The muskets and stuff they started with. Castle fortifications are pretty hardy. So like stuff like that kind of still existed, and as you see in Europe, like the castles have stood the length of time. So some of them, you know, never even came down. But as like artillery and ballistics started to advance, that's when stuff like castles and stuff became less of commonplace. But we're before all that. We're right before that. The advancement, I would say, like right before rifling was a thing. Because rifling, once that started happening, like, ooh, guns, like, freaking went crazy. I play Civilization too much. I know all the ages. Great game. So yeah, so I'm just like I'm just Googling over here, just geeking, because I've found some literal thieves. They all have like these cool personalities about them too. And another thing that I love is, so again, story writing itself. Let me bring up my Google Docs. Hey, thanks for the follow, bud. I normally stream like around this time, noon latest, for a couple hours. Lots of world building content, and in about a month or so, I'll get back on my map creation on Dungeon Alchemist, so you get to you'll see all the visual aids that I build for this campaign as well. Let's see. So I wanted to show you. Hi there, we had another one join the show. So here you see these red labeled people. We have the Brotherhood, Jewelers Congress, Tailors Federation, Carpenters League, Watermen's Guild. They are this is like my political landscape. So those 5 red players are all weighing against the 5 blue players, and they're in a war of politics and trade. They're also doing other stuff behind this. Specifically, the Thieves Brotherhood would be doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, right? But essentially, these two groups are weighing against each other for financial gain. The red group wants more trade on water because there are a lot of imports, there are a lot of exports, and there are a lot of, we need to be able to sneak things in and sneak things out and stuff like that. The people on the blue team are more interested in land routes, spreading their logistics out in the present form. It's built up of like the militia and like the miners that have the stone quarry nearby, the loggers who use the trees nearby. So essentially, those two political groups, the blue and the red, are going to be doing things like in the background as the players play, kind of like the inevitable landscape that will happen. And if one of them starts succeeding, then they'll get like extra benefits and stuff. And I feel like I really want to give my players the option to enter into this economic war. And if they wanted to maybe have their own business or run their own guild, then they might get benefits. So if they were importing and exporting goods via the ports and the ships, then perhaps they would get like a 25% discount on their imports and exports when they buy things. And maybe they get advantage on like dexterity rolls when trying to get stuff on and off the ships because they have like some of the crew that work for them, etc. Stuff like that. So let me see, I gotta catch up in chat here. What's up, pros? Thanks for joining the chat. It's not a low fantasy with close to 0 magic. Villain of the week, artificer that makes himself look like necromancer. Skeleton soldiers made out of metal. Zombies that are said skeletons covered with skin or cloth. Just like it's just being efficient, you know. Like everyone, necromancers get a bad rap, but like you know, you have a dead body. You can make 2 soldiers out of it. Like, what's going on, pros? How we doing? Welcome to the channel. My camera's being weird. Hold on. Hey, I'm gonna shut it off. Turn it on. I hate when the focus gets bad. I'll just sit up. So yeah, where are we at here? We are going to dive back into some of our character creation here. Maybe we have a good few people in the chat now. Maybe y'all could help me come up with some stories or some names. We have the Schlegel House. What a name! What a name, everybody. We love the Schlegel family. It exists on fandom. See, like, this is like it's like they're a level 1 wizard. Isn't that so cool? Like, it's not much. And it's not like I can't use it and do what I want with it, right? I totally can. But it's just enough to kind of set that off, right? It's that little inspiration. So they are a female human. Ooh. Let's see when they lived. Schlegel is an aspiring wizard and would-be adventurer inhabiting the city of Daggerford in the Western Heartlands in the mid to late 1400s. DR. So, mid to late gives me the opportunity to say we're in 1500. Maybe she's an old person that exists still. She's a young aspiring adventurer, low level. I wonder if I have. Maybe she did aspire. Maybe she became the wizard and she adventured and didn't die, and you know, that was my first thing. It was like, oh, she's an adventurer. She probably died. Just get rid of her. But maybe she didn't, and maybe I could use her as now one of my members of the Source Sellers Encapsulate, which is kind of like just like a scribes wizards guild. You know, they do books and library type stuff, and they also train wizards and sorcerers, and they even do clerical spells as well. So, yeah, I think that's totally fine and dandy. I'm already actually using clone reincarnation on Delphin. So Delphin is the leader of the Sorcellers and is like the kind of like the high mage of Daggerford. And essentially Delphin's story is they have their own tower that sits upon the wall of Daggerford, and they are a very powerful wizard that is like intertwined in the government and such. So they'll be an important pillar for the story, but I'm also sitting here like, oh, dang it. I have this human who's supposed to be living like 300-400 years. I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, I don't know. So I was like, it didn't take me long to figure it out. I was like, oh, I can just do this. But what I did do is, which I really love, is see here. Yeah, so his left hand pinky is missing. Like, it's like chopped in half almost, because that's his 1 inch of cubic flesh that Delphin has contributed to continue his long life via the clone spell. Yeah, no one will realize a thing, right? So somebody who's has a very high passive perception would notice this. He would attempt to keep it concealed, like in his robes and such, like this, or with his hands. But if somebody got really close to them, they might see it or notice it. If somebody was specifically looking at him for something, you know, they might notice it. But it's just one of those little pieces of detail that's going to make a player ask why. And I don't know, I feel like as a DM, you want to have these little tidbits to give your players. Like, you want to have, like, this, like, not the gotcha, but the give you, right? Where, like, they're looking for something, they really think something's there, and, like, you're like, yeah, I do actually. There is a trap in this corner that you checked, right? There is loot underneath this rock, this rubble you keep checking, right? And sometimes you need, you know, some ammunition. So that's just one of those little things I added. I thought would be very nice. Alright, so we're working on the Schlegel house. Do we want Schlegel to be a first name or a last name? Schlegel. Schlegel. Her name is Schlegel. Let me get a Schlegel in the chat. Fantasy name generator. I love this little name generator. She's a human. An old female name. Here we go. Schlegel. Helen Schlegel. Helen Schlegel. Rania Schlegel. Schlegel's got to be a last name. It's just too much for a first. Olave Schlegel, Alden, Nordbretta, Valletta. If anything sticks out, please, please. Lenore, Miranda, Alvina. Misty? Quinn Schlegel. Juliana Schlegel? Priska? Bailey? Vanessa Schlegel? Badilda, that's a good one. Susanna Schlegel. Kind of like the double S. Susanna Schlegel. Schlegel. What do you think? I like Susanna Schlegel. I think we're gonna run with that. That's her house. That's where she lives. Who is she? She is a human, old, who is a wizard. You're a wizard, Schlegel. Human, old wizard, who is just a higher up. High-ranking member of sorcerers. Can't type right now. Sorcerers. Encapsulate. In their 4 days, they are an aspiring adventurer and have many tales of the local setting. Now, they are a high-ranking member of the Sorcerers Encapsulate. What type of wizard are they? We gotta pick. Type of wizard. Subclasses. School of Illusion, War Magic, Conjuration, Order Scribes. Maybe Enchantment. go to chance amazing. So charms, enchantments, charms, and memories. I like that. I think that's a good vibe. Enchantment. What does she look like? Ooh, illusionist. Might think about an illusionist. I do already have one though, which is Esmer Flickerfall, who's a thief. But I don't have an illusion wizard. So let me think about that next, possibly. Dark Treader is a really cool name. Longhand and Sunmist, also very cool names. There's gonna be, I love the number 3, so I think the Sorceller's Encapsulate is going to have 3 leaders, just like the Thieves Brotherhood has 3 leaders. Something like the Duke's Council, I think will have more people on the council. So there definitely could be an illusion wizard. Which are the most fun, especially as a DM. Ooh, illusions are the best as a DM because you have the ability to make anybody believe everything because they have to believe everything you say because you're the DM. Nothing exists unless you say it, right? So it's like, oh, you see a door here. Everyone's like, yeah, that's a fucking door. No, it's not. No, it's not. Touch that illusion. It's not a door. Let's see here. She was eager to test her skills by joining an adventuring group but had difficulty finding anyone who would accept her. She owned a house in West Daggerford. Okay. So she's a fair inspiring, and wise. Oh, the wise. What's different than the other one? Like she's got experienced. Because she's been out. She's an adventurer. She's been in the gritty. Hey, welcome to the channel. Again, first time pronouncing Hoilepa. All right. Oh, what's going on from Germany? Cool. Illusions, the in-lore Redcon. Yeah, I mean, illusions are just so much fun. I have a lot of concepts for like illusion-based PCs that I play as, but as I was saying earlier, like the DM is the best illusion wizard. First my experienced. Rheingold. Skin. Guys. On her hands. And face. She's been out there. She's been in the gritty. She did it. And like, I feel like she's like the type of person who wouldn't magically remove the scars. Like she wears them, and she wears them well and proudly. We'll even write that in. Way in gray hair pulled back into an elaborate bun adorned with a jade hair clip. Maybe something she found out on the adventure. Yeah. Something a bit worldly. Maybe it's magical. So this. What would she wear? Robes of blue with like green. Is what I see. Blue robes. Hi! Say hi, everybody. It's Harry. Green trim. And a sash draped over her shoulders. I feel like she has like a sash with like runes on it. Runes have been embroidered. Excuse my spelling. Embroidered. Oh my god. Have been embroidered. Into the sash. Cool, yeah. So she is a fair, inspiring, and experienced individual. She knows what she's talking about. She knows where she's been. She likes giving everybody equal opportunity and making sure that all voices are heard. And she's uplifting. She likes raising people beyond their station and giving people tasks that she thinks that they could accomplish. Stuff like that. Stuff that I can use, right? She has wrinkled skin with scars on her hands and on her face that she doesn't cover up with magic or makeup. She's almost like proud of her scars. She has white and gray hair pulled back into an elaborate bun and adorned with a jade hair clip. Blue robes with green trim and a sash draped over her shoulders with runes that have been embroidered into the sash. And she's like she's an enchantment wizard who's going to be very higher up in the sorcerer's encapsulate. So the Daggerford Inn. Well, we know that exists. That's an easy one. We definitely know that exists. Yeah, Chase. That's thanks for coming to the channel. But yeah, so I'm kind of going through my names and backstories of essentially the lot list. I've been calling it the lot list because there's so many lots. But if you look here, this is like an old campaign back from the 90s, early 2000s. So all these buildings are actual plotted buildings in this lot list that I said with different quarters that exist. And so I've kind of filtered through all these buildings and organized them, and like, look at, you see that what I'm showing you here is like god awful. Like there's no way to organize it. There's no way to like touch or manipulate it. So I was like, I need to get this all into an Excel sheet or something so I can like organize it numerically, organize it alphabetically, organize it by like trade, right? So I'm just like working my way through it, and like a lot of this stuff has like real world implications. So like I just go to Forgotten Realms wiki here, we do a little research, You get 2 paragraphs about the Daggerford Inn, you know? Yeah, thanks. It's like it goes up and down. Like sometimes I'm creating my own stuff. Sometimes I'm just like recreating something else. A lot of times, something I've been doing is let's like skip the house a generation. Yeah, the curator's touch, right? But like a lot of times, like a human had lived here in the late 1300s. My campaign setting is 1500. So like you didn't make it. You don't live that long unless you're a wizard with like a great magical power. So you probably died, but you might have had a family and you might have had kids, right? So I just like skip it a generation along, and then write a new story about somebody's kid. Sometimes like Vedi Iron Eater, the dwarf. She's a descendant of the Iron Eater clan. She's quite literally just like the daughter of Derval Iron Eater, the last king of the Iron Eater clan, a clan of dwarves. So it's like sometimes that story's already there. Let's see what hold up. Yeah, a really mean riddle. A room with a closed magical door. A room with a closed magical door with a password to open it. If the players go in the room, they must make an illusion saving throw against 5. Only if they fail to see the password in big letters over the door. It's a concept.
You look like a concept.
You're a concept. Thanks for the follow. Let's see. What do you got? Can I get a sound check? Just so I make sure my levels are right. You there, Radish?
I didn't understand what you said.
Just trying to find a way. I think that should work. But I think I have everything going through there right now. Yeah, that's probably it. Hold on a second. Let me find my stuff. Actually, I was still looking for that. Oh, so I'm probably not going to find that. Come here, Harry. Ha! Let's see here. So yeah, Daggerford Inn. That's where we were last. Entering Daggerford, the main caravan gate was greeted by the main face of the Daggerford Inn. As soon as they entered the city, the inn was located in the junction way of Duke's Way, yada yada. Thick tapestries hung around the walls, aided in blocking sound from the city, ensuring guests would get a good night's sleep. A small stove was found in each room. It was owned by a dwarf, Demetra Scraper. So let's go find out who she is. Right? So Chase, this is just kind of like the rabbit. God damn it, cat! That's coffee. Yeah, that doesn't taste good, does it? It's coffee. And now you put your little shit paw in my coffee. This cat, I swear, get a cat. They said it'll be fun. They said they'll be cute. They said this thing's not cute. It's a menace. And you coffee on my keyboard. Damn it. I will banish you in about 5 seconds. Oh, okay. No. Just auto banish. You're getting auto banish. Say bye to everybody. Bye. I love you. Yeah. Get damn. Cat damn. Okay. So, Demetra, who's this chick? She was the manager of the Happy Cow Inn in Daggerford. Helped Full Bar, Hard Cheese. Well, did she run the Daggerford Inn or the Happy Cow Inn? She was a short, stout demi-human with red hair. Her body language, shrewd mannerisms, and wide smile telegraphed her mercantile trade. Friendly face popular among the regulars of the Happy Cow. She knew almost every regular customer and considered them to be friends. She often consumed full bars alcohol and advertised her favorite knee cracker cider to the inn's guests. Like really fun storytelling elements. Ooh, she gets a little bit of a write-up here. Apart from countless friends gained via her affability, Demetra personally knew Duke Pwyll Daggerford. During his many visits to the Happy Cow, the Duke was well liked, and he used those moments to talk to his subjects and stay on top of the Daggerford rumor mill. Stay on top of the Daggerford's rumor mill. Maybe that's like just like the rumors in town is what they mean. Unlike Pwyll, his temporary successor, Wugo, was disliked by the farmers and by Demetra herself. 1372, it's a pretty long time ago. Could often be seen mingling with the guests of the Happy Cow. She considered the regulars of the establishment yes. She came to know the hero of Daggerford, who aided the city during the Zentarum takeover plot of 1372. Often calling the hero adventuring party her friends. Everybody's a friend. During the hero's investigation, after the Duke's seeming death, Demetra revealed that she accompanied him on the faithful hunting trip that was assumed to be Duke's doom. She was asked to join the hunting trip and take care of the fancy ale kegs from the cow that the Duke ordered along. She did not witness Pwyll's death, but saw his body and his boar spear that was obviously tampered with. However, she did not know what happened to the Duke's body afterward. Her home was located in the northwest corner of Daggerford. So that's a lot of old story. Dwarfs. Well, how long did dwarfs live? Dwarf. How long do you live? About 350. Young adult at 50. So there seems to be 50-ish when all this stuff started happening. 1370, 14. Oh, yeah. She got like 100 years on her. It's like I love creatures that have long life. Hey, Impeccable, what's up? Welcome back. Oh, Chase, you have some help for me. There's a phrase meaning, source of rumors, right? That's what it's like the mill of rumors going around. And just like her station kind of told me that too, kind of gave me some answers where she's friends with everybody, she's always talking, she knows everybody in the town, she knows the Duke, right? No war crimes just yet. We took a break from the Thieves Brotherhood, but we know who's gonna be dabbling. No, not long legs, Juan. God, long lives. Yeah, so Demetra is alive, which is fun, because she seems like a fun character to roleplay. I'll do it, I guess. If you can't find a friend in this place, you're just not looking hard enough. Words to live by, my friend. She's awesome. She's gonna be a hot dwarf. Now the question is, where's the Happy Cow? The Happy Cow was a popular tavern located in the town of Daggerford. And did I ever destroy the Happy Cow? Because she could just, move over. She doesn't have to be... But yeah, I got here. The Daggerford Inn was owned by a dwarf named Demetra Landscraper. Is that I think it could be a mistake that was made, owner. Let me check my lot list. for the Happy Cow. Nice, nice. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah. Just join the brain space. We got a lot of inspiring thought happening. We're looking for the Happy Cow. And it's like, I don't know, when I first started this lot list thing that I was doing, kind of like to mention to what you're saying, Chase. It looked a little inundating. There's the Happy Cow. It looked a little intimidating, right? But now that I'm starting to go through it, like, this is why I love, like, world building now. Is because, like, I can have so much fun rolling around over here on Forgotten Realms. It's just like, it's endless. And I just keep finding more cool stories of characters and just, like, building headcanon and just, like, so the Happy Cow exists. It's lot 110. Well, she can't do both. She can't be both. Can't she? Can she? 110 on the corner of the Caravan Gate, and the Daggerford Inn's way down here. Daggerford Inn. 91 is Daggerford Inn. Yeah, so if you see here, zoom in a bit, might help for some of you viewers on your phone. 110 right here by the Caravan Gate. 191 right here in front of the Caravan Gate. So I gotta make a decision here, kinda, I think. Gotta figure out where she should be. I love her concept or an idea for a character, and I think she would fit better as being at the bigger, grander Daggerford Inn as opposed to the Happy Cow. Let's read what the Happy Cow is. Because her character trait, she likes full bars alcohol, specifically the Knee Cracker cider. So full bar hard cheese might have a business. Oh, dude, look at this. Do we all see Volo's ratings on this tavern? I love it. That's so cool. Does Daggerford have that too? Oh, it doesn't. That's lame. Man, Daggerford's got to get on Yelp. Let's see. So, what does the Happy Cow do? Guard Captain Frederick. Well, if it's a pleasure you seek, might I recommend a trip to the Happy Cow? Its owner, Full Bar Hard Cheese, serves up a frothy tankard and is full of friendly gossip on the town and its inhabitants. Is catered to the salt of the earth types people. Located on Farmers Road by the Farmers Gate. Medium-sized building. The visiting farmers were greeting with a large painted sign with the tavern name and image of a happily content cow. In addition to its usual services provided by inns, the Happy Cow provided money lending services on behalf of Coggin. Ooh, that's a good storytelling element. The drinks menu, Black Grog Ale. Oh, yeah, it's even got a drink menu. Buck yeah. Buck yeah. Yeah, so I love this whole concept. So we already have, if you scroll up here, we already have, where is he? Esmer Flickerfall, who is the owner and operator of Moneylenders Coalition, which is a front for the Thieves Brotherhood, and they do loans, the 10% interest on business and 20% interest on adventuring loans. However, if you're a farmer and you need a loan, you can go to the Happy Cow, and on behalf of Kogan, we'll have to find out who that is, You can get a farmer's loan, like 5% maybe, like a 1.99 EPR, APR, something like that, you know. Hey, take it easy, Chase. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the follow. Let's see. Get back to Daggerford. 91. So happy. So okay. So yeah. So Dimitri can be. She can be this check. In addition to Lily and Coggin, the Happy Cow employed over 20 members of the Hard Cheese family. Wow. From cousins and uncles to other distant relatives. Among the inn's regulars was a half-elf by the name of Zira. While she took this form while lending her fondness to the Hard Cheese family, Zira was in fact a bronze dragon called Zira Zlim. Ooh, we have a dragon hiding here? When Fullbar was running this tavern, it was known for catering primarily to local farmers and Daggerford's townsmen, the salt-of-the-earth type people. Soldiers and adventurers received a less warm welcome. Yeah. During that time, Dimitri Landscraper was serving at the tavern's manager. Oh, during that time, Dimitri Landscraper was serving as the manager, keeping track of the books and the finances. I guess maybe that could be the deal they have. They have a deal where she gets to sell his cider if she does his books or something for him. She was the serving as the manager. Maybe she. I gotta find some story there for me. I gotta find something to work with. Around the 14th century, the tavern was run by a former adventurer named Fullbar Hard Cheese, who provided customers with cheese made on his family farm and almond beer he blended himself. Interesting. He kept hidden underneath the tavern a dragon's hoard obtained in the Blacklands during his adventuring days, and used the extra funding to maintain low prices. In 1372, during a short reign, Reagan Brungar could be found staying at the Happy Cow before joining the group of adventurers investigating late Duke's mysterious death. As of the late 15th century DR, it was still being run by members of the Hard Cheese family, among them the owners, Coggins and Lily. Perfect. So Coggins and Lily Fullbar. And we'll say that who's Fullbar Hard Cheese owner? A male halfling. You know, Dickon Hard Cheese just isn't like you didn't eat Wizards of the Coast. That was not the name you thought it was. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? About 150, 250 years. 1370. 50 makes 1400. We could keep him around. Oh, nice! So dude was a thief, but kind of turned himself around. I want to keep him. He's a fun character. Happy cow, happy cow, happy cow. He exists. Oh, his house is in 112. Where does he live? Oh, it was right next door. Very nice. Probably he bought himself his own house in his age, and he has such a big family that perhaps they live in the cavern. It was they knew what they were doing. Dickon. What a name. Oh, I need to get my ice. Oh. Okay. Full bar hard cheese. Leave that there. Put that back there. It's actually, no, it's not. Full bar isn't running it. It's, Fulgin and Lily. Hard cheese. Running it. We'll just put that there for food. Then we'll go back to Demetra for Daggerford Inn at 91. And like sometimes like I'm like skipping ahead a little bit, but trying not to go too far because I still need to get like the write-ups in there for it and everything. While I have this here, Happy Cow. I just go back to Happy Cow. Alright, find Demetra. Where's Demetra? There she is. Alright. Let's see. We need to write about Daggerford Yen. Take this sentence here and then do a quick write-up of my own. Daggerford Dwarf. Not the nicest, but the... No, I don't want to use the word nicest. Not the most affluent, but definitely... I don't need to put that's a waste of words, but the most... But the busiest... in Daggerford. From soldiers to common folk. Stayed here. Attracted to the welcoming energy. Attracted to the welcoming energy upheld by its owner, Demetra. Demetira. Okay. Demetira. Oh, caps lock. How dare you. Demetira. Spelled it wrong again. Landscraper. Just a small write-up for roleplay, suggestive, wide, smile, attractive, dwarf. Where's she wear? She's in a collared shirt here. Some green. A green eyeshadow. I kind of don't see her as like wearing like pants or a suit. I see her more like on a dress. Background, what's her background? She is a level 2 fighter, I love that. So many caps. She wore a dark green gown. Often matching emerald. Oh. She's successful now. I'm gonna gown her up and make her a bit fancy, I think. But you wanna know what I'm feeling after making that last character? Like right now, is I'm feeling a lack of inspiration. And I always suggest to everybody is if you don't got the inspiration, don't force it onto the paper because it's not going to come out good. So I thought we had a really explosive first half here. Doing some rabbit holing. We have some some new characters for our inn here. We have a new leader of the Sorcellers Encapsulate, which we'll put up here. And we have a lot of work to do here. Let's see what Zerabor is. I'm sure they exist. In some fashion. Human male fighter. Here we go. Zerabor is nicknamed the Piercer. An apprentice. Fighter level 1. Late 1400s. Nice. Cool character. Ooh. Possibly these characters could become my group of good guys. Good guys? Question mark? So, I really love that imagery because it's like they have this really they have this really tough look. They're into skin piercing. I don't know what the actual term's called, like scarring. So they use needles to scar and do body art. So it's like tattoos, but with scars instead. And they would have also tattoos, like they work and are friends with Durf, the tattoo artist, but they're also doing this like skin modification as well. So like they're like these really tough, like interesting looking individuals that might get a side eye here or there from like a mother with her child. But I feel like maybe behind that tough appearance, they're like really lawfully good people. And they're tough, rugged fighters, and they're like maybe like the bikers, like the biker gang when the biker gang shows up to do a good thing. And they're just like, yo, like we're the tough bad guys, but we're here doing it for the right reasons right now, you know, like stuff like that. So I think that's where we'll leave it for today, with a little clue for next time. Yeah, that's an awesome session. I'm gonna make some breakfast. I may be on tonight. No, I have D&D tonight with my little bro, so I'll probably just play some games late night. But tomorrow morning, I will be back with some more world building content. Just really just gonna keep hammering out these pieces. So like midway through January, we can start getting some maps made for these too. And like honestly, we're getting really close. Like we're definitely like halfway-ish. Which I was like before, I was like 1/3. I feel like I'm halfway-ish. Because a lot of these, like the drill fields, the commons, the marketplace, I'm not gonna script those up. Like if we go here, like 145 is just like the rotating marketplace of people that coming in and out. So I'm not gonna script any names or anything. It'll be like if I was to DM just like a random flea market, that will always be like a random thought process. And I think it'll be good because it'll really make it stand out in its obscurity and its like randomness. Yeah. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the follows. Appreciate it. We're almost there. Take it easy.